Let's debunk a major myth of the mainstream media. Gaza is not an open-air prison. How do we know? President Trump has proposed allowing the people of Gaza to leave the hellish ruins, while the out-of-touch media insists that they stay under the punishing rule of Hamas. This is video of Hamas gunmen stealing humanitarian aid. And this is what happens when hungry civilians try to take it. Here's Prime Minister Netanyahu saying Trump's plan to give Gazans the choice to leave is right on the dot.
Everybody said this is the largest open-air prison in the world. Not because of us. We let people leave. In fact, if you want to know, over the last couple of years, 2 years, I think, 150,000 Gazans left. You know how they left? Because they bribed their way out, not to us. They bribed their way out. The rich could leave. But if other people wanted to leave, give them a choice.
I'll bet you haven't seen images like this in the mainstream media. Why? Because controlling information is a way of controlling speech. Did you hear this absurd take from CBS's Margaret Brennan? While criticizing Vice President Vance's remarks in Germany, calling for a more robust exchange of ideas, she blamed free speech for the Holocaust.
He was standing in a country where free speech was weaponized to conduct a genocide.
Brennan's take on Nazi Germany isn't just historically illiterate, it's woefully ignorant. Thankfully, Secretary Rubio was there to set the record straight.
Free speech was not used to conduct a genocide. The genocide was conducted by an authoritarian Nazi regime that happened to also be genocidal because they hated Jews and they hated minorities and they hated those that they had a list of people they hated, but primarily the Jews. There was no free speech in Nazi Germany. There was none. There was also no opposition in Nazi Germany.
Hitler imprisoned and murdered his political opponents. He didn't call for debate with them. What happened to our media? The people with a duty enshrined in the Constitution to be watchdogs of government and to expose corruption. Think Doge. Our media seems to be more angry about the waste being uncovered than the fraud itself. In case you missed it, Vance went scorched earth to the European leaders' faces. He said nothing's more urgent than mass migration, which is completely remaking cities like London and Paris. Vance also said this about the world's leading climate alarmist.
I say this with all humor. If American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk.
The same media elites who want to control what you say are the ones trying to control what you see in Gaza. They won't show you Hamas stealing aid or beating civilians. They certainly won't show you Gazans desperate to leave. It doesn't fit the narrative of Israel as the oppressor when it's actually Hamas. Trump and Netanyahu understand whether it's the right to speak or the right to make a better life, freedom is non-negotiable. Peace through strength isn't just a military strategy. It's about having the strength to tell the truth and let the people choose their own destiny. Reporting from Israel for the Real Life Network, I'm Daniel Cohen.